Gentlemen, let's go over the plan. The first constant is none other than Janus, the legendary Cold War spy master. A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th Column Special Branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius and expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real shattered plant.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field. Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47.
I have to tell you, these are the best muffins I ever had. I'm supposed to meet a client for a house showing today, but I can't stop eating. Maybe you know him, Mr. Nolan Cassidy?
Can't say that I do.
Well, he's interested in the Schmidt house down the road. You know, the one that police shut down after the, incident.
I'm not really from around here. I don't know anything.
Well, never mind. You can wait a little longer. A couple more days, down.
Everyone here loves. I'll be back later. Have a flight. Charles Blake III appreciates your support.
Oh, hello there. I'm Charles Blake, chairman of the Homeowners Association. I'm running for a seat in the next election. I don't believe we've met, Mr.
I'm not from around here.
Vote for Blake at the
I see.
upcoming elections.
Not a registered voter, then.
I don't much care for politics.
I like your honesty. And just between you and me, I don't care about politics
Here's
either.
a flyer. Mr. Blake has many important initiatives.
Have a nice day.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a registered voter? I'd love to tell you about a new candidate who might just change your life. Yes, sir, a total game changer here.
I'm listening.
Wonderful. Oh, well, I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very, savory. But we have a man here today who's about to change all that.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington. No connections to the establishment. No allies hidden away in lawless groups that pull the strings around the world. He's just a common man who decided that he wouldn't take it anymore. He's here to clean up, to give you exactly what you want, and to make sure the government doesn't stick its nose into everything.
Fascinating. How is he going to achieve all that?
By imposing restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind legislators to their desks for decades. His approach is simple. Give every one of those Washington-based desk jockeys so much work they simply won't have time to enforce the existing laws. And then, while they're busy looking through their fat law books, use his executive powers to undo the existing laws. It's a radical approach, sure, but quite effective.
And this Blake character, he's out here now, ringing doorbells?
Sure is. Why'd you ask?
No reason.
Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day. And feel free to spread the word about Charles Blake III.
Here's your chance to change the world. Vote Blake.
Wonderful. In that case, Charles Blake III would really appreciate.
If the realtor doesn't show up, I want you to penetrate the house for sale.
There's still a substantial police presence in the town because that politician visiting, sir, could be a problem.
I need to get into that basement somehow. Did you try calling the realtor?
No answer, Mr. Cassidy. I'm sure he's here somewhere, though.
Hola, compadre.
You know the exterminator guy who's working on Daddy's house?
Same guy who just did Cassidy's, right?
Yeah. So I let him use the green shipping container to store some chemicals. I asked him if it was poisonous, but he assured me that it was only a sleeping agent. Get this, he told me that he doesn't kill the bugs, he only sedates them so that he can set them free later.
Let me get this straight. He's an exterminator who cares about the lives of insects. What a weirdo.
I thought so too. But then, he told me this story about his pet cockroach. By a dog, but he found this cockroach and he took care of it. Said you were losing a shoebox. He made a little footprint.
Now I feel bad for all the roaches I stepped on.
Very dapper.
This is Nolan Cassidy of Whittleton Creek. I want to speak to the man in charge. That's you? You completed your work on my house last week, but there's still all your machinery cluttering up my garden. I talked to your man here, but he claims he needs to be done with my neighbor's house before he can remove the hookup to my house. Surely that's some sort of joke. Really? I don't much care about your excuses. I've got a security hazard here. I demand you remove it immediately, or my lawyers will strip mine your little business so fast, you'll be left on the street in your underwear wondering what the hell happened. Make sure you do.
Janus is apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit with another resident of Whittleton Creek. James Batty, the plaintiff, wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. The lawsuit also mentions Nolan Cassidy and his unlawful surveillance around town. So Janus takes a helicopter trip once per year. I think we're onto something here, 47. 47? I think it would be beneficial to locate the unlawful surveillance mentioned in the lawsuit. Perhaps Nolan Cassidy's house would be a good place to start.
Yeah, me here. Just checking out a strange sound. Over. Awesome. Mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
Have a blind. Read more about Charles Blake III and his politically flexible platform.
he drop off the surveillance tapes on Janus in the house? Cassidy was asking.
Yeah, had to go to the what? Oh, stupid system. Record the surveillance in the attic. Bring the tapes over to HQ and review them there. The recorder is perfectly capable of playing the tapes as well. Why not just keep them here?
What? Risk the owners of this house?
Cassidy is certainly keeping a close watch on Janus. I'm willing to bet those surveillance tapes hold interesting information.
Yes, I understand you tried to reach me earlier. Ah, there you are, my boy. Yes, well, it's about the chairman's seat. I understand Frederick was overlooked despite my recommendations. I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake over the phone. Your request was put in front of the partners and considered, but in the end, it was decided to assign the role to the Washington twins. The partners saw their ideas as a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. They are fortune seekers, robbers of the past, focusing on glory and wealth and outlandish futuristic dealings rather than conservation. They are not representative of what the society was built for. I understand your concern. Rest assured, I will be watching them closely. Very well. It seems we have a lot to discuss when we meet soon. Agreed. Until then.
Excellent. This confirms that Janus and the Constant will meet up soon. I don't think we'll be able to identify the partners today, but this is very useful. The tape doesn't specify where that meeting will take place, however. We need that final bit, 47. So, we know that Janus is expecting to leave Whittleton Creek via helicopter, and that he's going to meet the Constant at some event. I think it's time to look inside Janus's house for more clues.
Huh? Well, I don't see why it should come out of my pocket.
Isn't someone else supposed to be doing this? That's it.
Hello there, sir.
Strange.
Wow. Not good at all. No way around it. I'm gonna hurl.
Vote for Blake at the upcoming election.
Yes.
What, aren't you the realtor? I've been waiting.
Mr. Cassidy, I'm sorry for the delay. I'm ready to take you to the house.
About time. Let's go. You know which one it is, right? Last one on the right, far end of the road. I hope you've got your presentation in order. I don't want this to be a waste of time, you understand me?
Yes, Mr. Cassidy.
Have you seen those?
I've been eyeing this place for some time. I trust we can make a quick execution.
Of course, Mr. Cassidy.
Clearly no more gas on it.
I know, it's weird. Why didn't we go grabbing his manager? I'm telling you, he's
Well, what are you waiting for? Unlock the door and start the tour. Fine. I've had my eye on this place for quite some time. Let's see what sort of secrets she holds.
This is the downstairs living room. It is most commonly used for watching television and other recreational purposes. Large room with two easy-to-get-to exits. Dark floors hide stains easily. A room with lots of potential.
Interesting, I suppose, but not really something that seals the deal for me.
The kitchen. Gas stove. Vinyl floors, which can be quite slippery when wet. Along with the bathroom, the kitchen is the most dangerous room in the home.
That's all fine. Is there more to this house, though?
This is the downstairs bathroom. Useful when cleaning off after a messy day of work.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling it in here. What else can you show me?
This is the garden area. Manageable size, well-placed shrubbery, useful for hiding yourself or other things. Treehouse, which affords an excellent overview of the adjoining gardens. And look at all those lawn lamps. Good thing it hasn't been raining.
Yeah, that's not gonna make me buy this place. Let's move on.
And here's the basement. The usual boiler elements are to be found down here. And it seems a room with a safe of some sort.
Now that is more like it. That looks just like a vault. This is very interesting. Yes, now this is more like it. This I can use. Very nice indeed.
All right, let me have a look at this thing. Advanced Kronstadt Matrix Laser Home Security System. We used to break these open for training at the academy. The thing about these systems is, most homeowners are lazy. So, they don't reset the factory settings and enter their own codes. Let's just try the standard admin code, just for fun. Well, what do you know? It worked. Looks like Schmidt was a bigger amateur than I imagined. Frank, go outside and check the garden. I want to know how visible this vault is from the outside. Anything sticking out of the ground, weird sloping things like that.
You got it, sir.
So you're looking to sell this for, how much was it again? 1.1?
Sounds about right.
I suppose that's not unreasonable. And his vault unit looks quite versatile. Internal climate control and explosive laser security.
All the comforts of home.
Yes, quite interesting. And a nice looking safe in here too. Any idea what the previous owner was using this for?
No idea. Maybe a mausoleum.
That's no, don't turn it.
Cassidy is down. Good work, officer. Janus awaits your attention.
Roger, Command. Nothing tangible yet. Still looking. Will do. Out.
Nothing here. Keep your eyes open. Here, I know it.
I understand.
Grab the pack of smoke that was thrown over the fence from the old guy's garden? No. I'm trying to see the janitor, oddball nurse, Saturday camp.
Oh, yeah, the bird guy.
I think he comes early. Yeah.
The Ark Society annual gathering. 47, that's it. That has to be the event where Janus and the Constant are meeting. That's the last piece of the puzzle found, 47. While we didn't end up with the names or locations of the Providence partners as we had hoped, this at least gives us a clear bead on the Constant. We can expect to find him at the annual gathering of the Ark Society in November. It should be enough.
swear I have a license for it. I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. Unless it's a flesh-eating mutant mole, you don't need explosives. We're gonna keep them safe in our trunk until you produce that license, okay?
Ah, come on, man. It's standard procedure. You stuff the holes, and then you blow up the tunnel system so it collapses. Look it up on YouTube.
Sir, if the American police force looked to YouTube as guiding principle for standard procedure, I'm pretty sure civilization would have collapsed a long time ago.
God damn it.
Fight trouble more like this trouble.
Donut-eating dorks. Oh, sure, if you play around a little with some fertilizer.
Damn.
What was that noise?
I want... Hey, wait a minute.
I understand you have a mole problem.
Oh, you're a godsend. Let's get straight to it. The sooner this is fixed, the sooner I won't have to listen to Mr. Janus's complaints. Follow me. As you can see, we have a mole issue. Now, I know a permanent solution might take some time, but if you could just fill the holes by the end of the day, it'd be great. Come find me when you're done.
I'm done.
Great. Let me have a quick look. A bit unorthodox, maybe, but you got the job done. Let me get Mr. Janus so he can inspect it for himself. Hey, tell Mr. Janus the molehills have been fixed. So, just to warn you, I'm sure this whole inspection's gonna remind Janus about something exciting from his past. I'm sure that he's gonna tell us all about. Oh, here he is. Mr. Janus.
So the holes are filled, huh?
Yes, Mr. Janus. The gardener took a bit of an unorthodox approach, but they do look filled to me.
Well, I think I'll be the judge of that myself. Thank you very much. This looks good. Seems like I've been forced to deal with moles my entire
I guess
life.
that's one way to go about it.
Moles in my
Well, he's a
organization,
professional.
moles I employed, and now these little pests.
First constant to catch up with. Death feels like an easy way out for a man like Janus. Still,
Go from like one.
I have nothing to report from my current location. Over.
Command, yeah, I'm here now. It's all clear. Over.
This area has been locked down! Please move along!
Copy, Command. Still looking.
The purpose here! He has to leave the premises! We have a bus reading!